Hello and welcome to our P&O Arvia vlog series. In this episode, we experience early morning disappointment. We are pushed to our limits in the 6th Street Diner. There's golden buzzer excitement in the main theatre. And be sure to watch until the end to find out why Gary Barlow has let us down.
Well, hello, and today we are in Gran Canaria.
Yep, to be more specific, Las Palmas de Gran Canaria.
It's been an early morning once again. We got up about 8 a.m, didn't we? And got ready pretty quickly and headed to breakfast because today we wanted breakfast in 6th Street Diner.
Yep, so we made our way straight there, only to find out
it was closed.
Unfortunately, today the crew were doing their mandatory muster training, which meant that the 6th Street Diner was closed.
Yeah, so even though it said previously, which we checked in the horizon, that it would be open this morning, unfortunately it wasn't. So never mind, so instead we headed off to the main dining room.
We didn't join the virtual queue, we joined the normal queue and waited around about 15 minutes for a table.
Yeah.
The only reason we got a table so quick, yes, 15 minutes is quick, was because we opted to share a table with another couple.
It did mean that if you're sharing a table that you all get served at the same time, so just bear that in mind if you are opting for sharing, that you do need to order together, you'll be served together, and if one person has, for example, cereal, you wait for that person to eat the cereal before they'll bring you the cooked part of the breakfast. So it can take a little longer if you are sharing.
For breakfast then, in the main dining room, I decided to have a bowl of cereal and eggs Benedict. They were delicious. Really, really nice. Really do like the eggs Benedict on board. They don't overpower the muffin and the egg with loads and loads of sauce, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, you don't want an overpowered muffin, do you? And I had make your own breakfast. I just had bacon, sausage, beans and a couple of hash browns, so nothing too heavy today.
But as you said, you did have to wait for everybody to finish their cereal before you got yours.
Yeah, and then we also had some toast on the table as well to share with everyone. Breakfast took around an hour to complete, and straight away, once breakfast was finished, we headed down to get a couple of coffees.
With our coffees, we had a quick look at Las Palmas de Gran Canaria from the Deck 8 promenade, took a few photos, and then proceeded to make our way down to the gangway to actually get off the ship and have a walk round.
Yeah, it's not too far at all to get from the ship into Las Palmas itself. And the first thing you come across as you exit the port is a huge shopping centre.
Yeah, absolutely massive. It's got supermarkets, it's got shops, it's got pretty much everything you can possibly imagine. So once again, if you are interested in shopping, that's definitely going to be your first sort of port of call. You'll also find McDonald's, Burger King and other notable eateries.
Brilliant. The other thing, there is free Wi-Fi available in the shopping centre, and we did see a few of our fellow passengers in there using Wi-Fi. And also there's a great little balcony up on, I think, the 2nd or 3rd floor where you can get some great pictures of the ship. So just bear that in mind if you do want to take some pictures of the ship that you're on. From there we headed out of the shopping centre, didn't we? And we went to explore the main part of the town itself.
Yeah, the first part of Las Palmas you come to is Santa Catalina Park. This is a large area with lots and lots of different restaurants and coffee shops. There's also the tourist information centre there, and you'll also find the pickup for the big red bus there as well.
So we headed for a wander around town, really, didn't we? We explored a couple of the shops, had a wander around some of the streets. Pretty much we're finding that a lot of the towns and cities in the Canaries are quite similar, aren't they? So there's not a lot in it really, nothing too exciting in the town centre itself, but we enjoyed it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we ended up having a little wander along the seafront.
Yep, so Las Palmas has Las Canteras beach, which is a really long, large beach.
So we had a stroll in one direction all the way for about a good 20 minutes, didn't we, really?
Yeah,
Past some nice cafes and eateries, restaurants.
We made our way up towards La Isleta, which is a sort of a built-up housing area. The reason we went up there is because there's some absolutely spectacular sort of cliffside views that you don't get from the beach. It's tucked away. And it is literally just off the main beach, so be sure to make your way up there if you ever visit to have a look.
Yeah, and we found a little cafe there where we stopped and sat for around half an hour just enjoying our usual little port coffee, didn't we? So that was a lovely place to sit and just people watch and see what was going on. And we met quite a few of our fellow passengers also in that cafe, didn't we?
We did. Once we'd finished our coffee then, we decided to attempt to walk all the way across Las Canteras beach. Unfortunately, it is absolutely massive and we only made it about halfway.
Yeah. The first thing that we came across when we started our walk along the beach was a showcase of different sculptures made out of sand.
Yeah, Las Canteras is quite famous for its sand sculptures, and during Christmas and New Year they tend to build a nativity scene out of sand with different scenes from the Bible and things like that. Really, really interesting. Very talented people.
Yeah, and you saw there was a man there watering the sand to make sure it all stayed in place, wasn't there?
And the one thing, it's free.
It is free to go in. And they did ask our nationality, because there was a list they had of different places. And there was people from all over around the world that had visited, wasn't there? So that was quite interesting. We then continued our walk along the beach, and there was quite a lot of cafes, shops, nice eateries, and it was quite a long stretch we walked for. I think probably about 20-30 minute walk.
Yeah, 20 or 30 minute walk along the beach, along the promenade. And again, lots and lots of things to do and see. Really, really nice. Very, very busy. With not just passengers from Arvia, but also a lot of locals out and about as well, which was nice. You get that authentic feel.
It was then time to turn around and head back, but instead of walking along the promenade, this time we chose to take off our shoes and socks, and we walked in the sea.
Which was lovely and refreshing, not as cold as we thought it was going to be.
No.
And again, very, very busy, wasn't it?
Very busy, lots going on the beach. There's tennis and volleyball activities going on, and lots of locals on the beach as well. Beautiful bit of beach, lovely sand, and it was nice just to get in the water, wasn't it?
It was. We then decided to make our way back to the ship because we'd spent a good few hours exploring Las Palmas and Las Canteras. And now it's time for us to head back and board Arvia.
Once on board, it was time for lunch, so we then headed to the 6th Street Diner.
The weather was absolutely magnificent in Las Palmas. We were really, really lucky. So in the 6th Street Diner, I opted to go for fish and chips. Tom opted to have chicken katsu curry with noodles.
Yes, really nice, but we ate it outside on the terrace rather than inside.
Again, we ordered drinks, and again, they came after we'd finished eating.
Yeah, we got there, sat down, ordered drinks, we fetched our meal, ate the meal, and then the drinks arrived. So it is a little bit disappointing, but we'll keep trying. The
katsu curry from Asian Fusion was absolutely delicious, wasn't it?
It was delicious, a little bit spicy, so if you are sensitive to spice, bear that in mind.
And the fish and chips that I had from Salt and Vinegar were absolutely delicious. From Salt and Vinegar, with your fish and chips, you could also order curry sauce and mushy peas. All the sort of traditional chip shop items that you can get back home. I opted to go for the curry sauce, and it was delicious. I've got to say, one of the best fish and chips I've had in a long time.
Good. And good endorsement, really. So, yeah, the Quays are doing well for us, really. Apart from the drinks, the food in there has been quite nice.
Yeah.
As the weather was so good in Las Palmas in Gran Canaria, we then went to sit at the aft of the ship and have a couple of cocktails.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful day and we didn't want to waste it. So we grabbed a seat right at the aft on deck 8, ordered a couple of beautiful cocktails and just sat there and enjoyed the afternoon, really.
It is a really nice place to sit. The seating there is so comfortable. You're not far from the bar. There's hot tubs there. It's just a nice place to be and relax. So another couple of hours spent there, a couple of cocktails, chilling out.
It was now time to head back to the cabin and basically get ourselves ready for the evening's entertainment.
Yep, we headed back to the cabin, got changed, got ready because we're going for a few drinks tonight with Cruise with Amber and Cruise Mummy.
We had a really pleasant evening, just chatting and enjoying the cocktails that the Amber Lounge had to offer.
And it had to be the Amber Lounge, obviously, as we were with Cruise with Amber. So it was fab, wasn't it? Really, really nice. We had a couple of passion fruit, perhaps more than a couple of passion fruit martinis, and it was really nice. Really enjoyed our chat there.
So if you haven't subscribed to Cruise with Amber or Cruise Mummy, I'll pop the links on the screen.
Yeah, they're going to have some great content from Arvia as well, so look out for them. After our chat, we then headed for dinner.
Yeah, it was a late dinner and we went to the 6th Street Diner, which is open until 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And this was our second evening meal in the 6th Street Diner. The first one a few nights ago was absolutely delicious, so we had high hopes.
When you go there, bear in mind that they have two menus, menu A and menu B. And this visit we were on menu B. Last time we had ribs, so that wasn't on the menu this time. But for to start, we really fancied trying a few different of their starters, so we ordered 3.
We ordered the monkey bread, which was like a cheese bread.
Very nice, very nice.
Very nice. Beautiful, actually.
Yeah.
We ordered the southern fried chicken donut as well, which was a savoury donut with some fried chicken, and it was actually delicious.
It was delicious, but unusual. When you see a donut, you think, bit unusual, but good to try something new.
And then we opted to try the barbecue pork bonbons.
Yeah, that was probably our least favourite of the 3, weren't they? I didn't really get much barbecue at all out of them. So
2 out of 3 ain't bad though.
No, maybe we won't go for those next time.
From a meal then, we both opted for the Philly cheesesteak. Now, this was absolutely delicious. So if you don't know, it's just strips of steak with cheese.
Hot cheese sauce.
In a sort of sub roll with a side of fries. It was absolutely delicious. The only criticism...
a little bit smaller than we were expecting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a little canapé size. It wasn't...
But you can always order more, like we just did with our starters. You can order more than one.
But it was really tasty.
It was tasty. And then for dessert, once again, we thought, we've got to test these things out, so let's order 3 desserts.
So the first item on the menu we tried was the cherry cobbler. This came with a portion of ice cream, and it was quite strange really, because it was like little shortbread pastry balls, but it was absolutely delicious, wasn't it?
It was.
We also opted for the Boston cream pie. The Boston cream pie was absolutely delicious, had a lovely cream filling in the middle. It was covered in chocolate, and I'd strongly recommend that. The third item from the dessert menu was the S'mores chocolate delight. Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay. It was fine.
Bit too meringue.
Yeah, so we're absolutely stuffed at this point, but really enjoyed our time at the 6th Street Diner again. We will be going back at some point, I am sure.
Definitely.
Maybe when those ribs appear back on the menu. By this time, it was time to dash off to the main theatre, because tonight, the act that should have been on last night, Tom Ball, was on, and he was fantastic, wasn't he? What a guy.
Yeah, incredible. He sort of went through his story and his path to stardom. If you don't know who he is, he used to be a music teacher in a secondary school and entered Britain's Got Talent last year.
Yeah, last year, and he got on into the final of Britain's Got Talent, and he was fantastic. Really good singer, really down to earth. We enjoyed the show, didn't we?
Yeah, he's just a really genuine, nice guy with an absolutely incredible voice.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed his show, and we definitely see him again, wouldn't we?
We definitely will see him again, because he is doing another show later in the cruise, so we'll make sure we go to that. After that then we headed straight away up to the Skydome because we wanted to see Lisa Marie Holmes. She's another fantastic singer. She does a lot of numbers from musicals. She absolutely belted out Defying Gravity from Wicked, which was fantastic. Even though the Skydome, as we've mentioned before, is not the best for acoustics, she still sounded fantastic in there. It is a beautiful venue in the Skydome, so please try and go and see that. How they've done the lighting and things in there is, again, fantastic.
Yeah, the entertainment on Arvia has been incredible.
Yeah.
We've really, really enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed it. There's so much going on, and
we're absolutely so tired because we're just trying to cram so much in.
Entertainment, and that wasn't even the end of our night of entertainment, because after Lisa Marie Holmes we then headed to the buffet for a quick snack because Don wanted a quick snack, and we then headed to the 7:10 Club, which is 12:15 AM late seating. There is another 2 seatings before that if you don't want to stay up so late, for the 90s show that they were doing.
The 7:10 Club is a really intimate venue that you need to pre-book for. It's kind of like a speakeasy or like a jazz sort of vibe to it. It's incredibly intimate because you are literally sat in front of the
4 musicians. Yeah. There were 4 guys in there, 4 very talented musicians.
They've all auditioned with Gary Barlow, and Gary Barlow has picked them specifically to be on Arvia, which is incrable, really.
Yeah, and they are talented. The stuff they were coming out with was amazing. It's
really
definitely worth seeing.
So they have different themed events in the 7:10 Club all throughout your cruise. Just check your My Holiday P&O web thing and get yourself booked in.
Yeah, and it's in the horizon as well. But we did have one small issue in there, that though the venue is curated by Gary Barlow and he has a big influence, the menu is great. At the top of the menu there's loads of wines that they want you to choose, Gary Barlow wines. Highlighted at the top of the menu. When we asked, can we try any of these Gary Barlow wines, they told us, no, we don't have anything by Gary Barlow on board. So quite strange that it's the maiden voyage, and they're launching the 7:10 Club on board Arvia. They're highlighting Gary Barlow a lot, but then they don't actually have any of his wines. It's a bit unusual, but never mind. We picked up the stuff. We had cocktails instead, so it wasn't the end of the night at all, was it?
No. The performance in there was about 45 minutes,
yeah.
So we got out about 1 AM. But
1 AM.
Both of us thoroughly enjoyed it, and again,
really
those 4 musicians were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and you are sitting so close that, well, we were sat, we were nearly on the stage, weren't we? You did feel like you were really part of something, didn't you? So please try the 7:10 Club. But as we said, 45-minute show. By this time it was 1 AM. And it was time for bed.
Thanks for watching our day in Las Palmas de Gran Canaria on board P&O's Arvia. If you've got any comments, just pop them in the box below and we'll get back to you.
And please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more content available on our YouTube channel, so press that subscribe button. If you're interested in receiving daily updates, we're available on most social media platforms. Just search for Tom and Dom Travel.